Okay, so the first question is, of course, why travel light? And there are some very good reasons. I just mentioned one. My friend who lost her phone, her brand new hat, a brand new scarf, just because she had too much stuff to try to keep track of. It wasn't that she was a flake. It wasn't that she was, not a good traveler, but it was just too much stuff. Now, normally, I've always been into traveling light, except for one time. And I was moving to Europe for a year, and my mother-in-law had this huge bag. And I thought, well, I'm going to be there a year. As soon as I got to Madrid, I was like, this is a big mistake. A lot of places don't have elevators, and trying to carry this big ass bag up the stairs and then I got on a train going to Barcelona, and I looked into my compartment, and it was just like, there's no way me and my bag are not going to fit. So I spent the night sitting in the cafe car with the bag underneath the table and my head, down on the table trying to sleep. Not ideal. So anyway, so I'm going to talk a little bit about main suitcases to start with. Now, main suitcases, you have a couple of things: 2 wheels versus 4 wheels. The 4 wheels are the spinners. Now, this is all personal preference. I'm not going to say you should do this because it's right the way I do it. It isn't. It's right for me, and it might be right for you. One of the things to consider is a hard-sided bag versus a soft-sided bag. I prefer a soft-sided bag. Other people prefer hard sides. I prefer 2 wheels because I do a lot of traveling in Europe, and trying to take a spinner on cobblestones, that way lies madness. I did not, it doesn't work. I have the 2-wheel bag, but I also have a spinner bag that I take when I go to Japan, because I'm not going to be dealing with cobblestones there. Now, the weight of the empty bag is very important. If you start out with a bag that weighs 10 pounds empty or 11 pounds empty, by the time you put your stuff in, you're running the risk of having an overweight bag. And you don't want to do that because that's expensive. Now, you also want to know how it rolls when it's full, because the first spinner bag I got, which I used the last time I went to Japan, worked great till I put something in it. So here I am in Japan, and the stupid thing doesn't want to spin. So that was the only trip I took that one on. I bought another one, which I'm going to try out when I go in 3 weeks. We'll see, but it's a nicer bag, so it should be good. I prefer a duffel over, there's some bags that kind of open like this, so it's more of a suitcase type, and your suitcase type can either open at the top or it can open like a book. I prefer actually a duffel to a suitcase bag. Now let's see if I can show you this. Okay, not that goes next. Here's my duffel. Whoops. Unfortunately, right now it's not empty, so it's a little there. So this is my duffel. You can see it's 20 inches. You want to have something like this, no matter what kind of suitcase you've got. If you're going to have it upright, you want to have a piece like this so it doesn't fall over. This one has nice new wheels. And you want to be sure when you deal with this, try it a few times. If you're buying a bag, you want to be sure that it works well, because otherwise,
Sheila, I have a hot tip. It's Jean Ann.
Yes.
Okay, the hot tip. I'm a firm believer in WD-40. I always lubricate my spinner wheels, lubricate the handle before. It makes all the difference in the world.
What a great idea. That is a great idea.
Yeah, I use it in my windows, up and down, just my lock on my front door. Oh, yeah, I think my mother taught me about WD-40.
Yes, if it sticks and you don't want it to, use WD-40. If it doesn't stick and you want it to, use duct tape.
So Sheila, I
Um,
have, before you move on, because I travel
Yes.
a lot as well. And, you know, the American Airlines, you know, United, Delta, all of those, they definitely have larger compartments than if you're on a Lufthansa or an Air France or Italia or any of those. Your bag, it may
Ryanair.
be just the visual, but it looked large. Does it
It's
fit
only
in
20
overheads and all the
inches.
European, because the European overheads are like half the size of the American ones. They're tiny.
I've not had a problem with it.
Okay.
It's the shape because it's a duffel, but
Okay.
it's only 20 inches. Of course, you know, you're seeing me do this, so it looks a
Well, that's
lot
why I'm
bigger.
asking, you know, it's like that up front. And what, you didn't say what company is that one?
That company is Hex, Hex. Now, I found it because the Adventure 16 store near me was going out of business. And I had never heard of them previously, but I was looking for a 20-inch duffel. And so I waited until they were, you know, the prices were going down, and I kept going in because I can walk to it. I kept going in every day and going, okay, how much is it now? And when it got to half price, I went, good enough. And then I didn't go in again because if it dropped lower, I didn't want to know. Okay, this is, I have several I actually have a bag problem. I am a bag lady. But this is, I just got this last year. This is a wonderful bag. Got it on Amazon, wasn't terribly expensive. I do think that the maroon or purple on the outside and the hot pink on the inside is a little bit jarring, but
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I don't like the other. I like the fact that it's bright on the inside. That's another thing. You don't want your bags to be black on the inside, especially a bag like this, because everything will just, it's like a black hole. Another thing I like about this bag, and if for a personal item you want to look at this, is you want it to have, you want to be able to have something that slides over your handles, and you want it to be not just a small strip, you want it to be something thick. Now, the thing I like about this, I wish it were a little bit wider, but the thing I like about this is there's a zipper in the bottom, so when I'm not using that, I can use this as an extra pocket. So that's that.
So this is in lieu of
Okay.
a carry-on, right? So this is
That
in
is
lieu
my
of a
yeah.
standard. This is okay.
That's, you get a carry-on and a personal item. Now, do I say you always have to just use a carry-on? No. When I go to Japan, one of the things that you have to do there is you have to bring gifts. So I always take an extra bag full of gifts. And then when I get to Tokyo, I unload it, give the gifts to my friends in Tokyo, and then I ship the bag to Osaka, where I'm leaving from, so I don't have to carry it around. And it's really cheap to ship bags in Japan.
Oh,
Sheila, who
Okay.
makes the bag that you just showed us from Amazon?
Oh, shoot, hold on. Well, that was good. Okay, let's see, what does it say? This says, your urban mobile companion. That's not terribly helpful, is it? I'm not seeing a name. It was on, maybe that is the name. It was on Amazon. And if somebody reminds me, I'll look it up and I'll put it in, goodness sakes, I'll put it in the email I send at the end.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sheila,
Now,
Sheila, the first bag that you showed us, did you say
yes,
that one opens up like a book?
I'm sorry, what?
Does that one open up like a book?
No, that is a duffel. So it's got a, if you're going to do a duffel, you want a duffel with a U-shaped top, not a, let's see, how can I show it to you? Okay. See, it's a U-shaped top. You don't want one that just has a zipper down the middle, because then it's really hard to get stuff in and out. And I borrowed a friend's, the first duffel I used, I borrowed a friend's bag, and it was like that. And I went, okay, so this is not ideal. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about packing cubes. And I am a packing cube fan. Packing cubes initially were by Eagle Creek, and they were quite expensive. And
Right.
I have a bunch of Eagle Creek bags, and they're wonderful. They're fantastic, but you don't have to spend that kind of money. Now, to give you an idea about packing, okay, this bag is not Eagle Creek. I'm not even sure where I got it. And there's like my t-shirts rolled up. Some people fold. I prefer to roll. Here is an Eagle Creek bag. Now this bag is interesting because it's got a side here, and then, whoops, just went the wrong way. It's basically two-sided. Now I've used this kind of bag before where on one side I put like my short sleeve t-shirts, and on the other side I put long sleeve t-shirts. You know, it's all about trying to keep yourself organized. Another Eagle Creek bag, well, it's not really a bag, but packing item is this for shirts. Now, they come in two sizes. Initially, I had one that was so big that it was ridiculous. So it comes with this. You put this in the shirt, fold it around, and then put it in the bag, slide it out. If you've got multiple shirts, you do it over and over, and then kind of slide this into the back of the bag so that you can repack it. And then it all goes together like an envelope.
I'm sorry, I have one of those things. I've never known what to do with it. What did you just say to do with it?
Take the plastic piece, put it inside, lay your shirt down, put it inside the shirt, you know, through the neck. And then fold the sleeves around it and the bottom underneath, and put it in the bag or the unit, and then slide it out so you can do multiples using the same plastic piece. And then when you're finished and you've got all the shirts that you want folded, then slide it behind them and then fold it up like an envelope. That way you've got the piece with you so you can refold them.
Okay, so they're not rolled, they're folded, and you use that
For
piece
that,
to fold.
for that, they're folded for a shirt. I
Okay.
usually don't, that was a gift, and I usually don't take button-up shirts because my girls don't like buttons, and they just sort of pull. So yeah. The Eagle Creek bags do come in different sizes. This is the size for I use for my scarves, because I'm big on scarves. You can see here's a bunch of scarves, and they match what they contrast rather what the clothes are. Okay. Another thing Eagle Creek has, and maybe some other people do too, but this, I only know Eagle Creek's, this is a compression bag. I have a few of these. You can see it opens like this. And then it works best for things like, you can see I'm closing it again. It works best for things like sweaters. These are actually, this is my underwear bag. So it works fine for things like that. Then this is one of my favorite tips. And I came up with it all by myself because I hated not knowing what's in the bag. And especially if you have a duffel, you can kind of set things in almost like you're filing them. And what I do is I take a piece of tape. Let's see, here we go. I used to use duct tape, and they don't seem to make it this thickness, width anymore, or at least I haven't been able to find it. So I got this on Amazon. I do that, cut it to size.
I'm
right
sorry.
on it.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Could
sorry?
you hold the tape bag up again so we can read the label?
Yeah, it's Scotch colored plastic tape. Let's see.
Okay.
Can you
Thank you.
see it?
Yes.
Okay, and then a Sharpie always travel with a Sharpie. You may not think of anything you would need a Sharpie for, but believe me, when you're traveling, they come in handy so many times. So that's what I do with this. Now, don't feel like you have to buy Eagle Creek with everything. Got this at basically the pound store in Britain. And it came in a package of 3 for £1. It's nice and bright. It's scrunch up. This has my blanket that I use on the plane. Let's see, where are my other?
Yeah, I also want to share that I'm a big TJ Maxx girl. TJ
Oh.
Maxx has packing cubes and a lot of that razzmatazz. So you just have to
TJ
keep.
Maxx, Marshalls,
Yes.
sometimes Ross. Definitely that is a good way to excuse me, a good way to go. Now I'm going to show you my toiletries bags.
I was just gonna mention, I use packing cubes. I actually get them from the Away store. I'm a big away person luggage wise. And they're compression packing cubes, and they're clear on the top. So when I go wherever I'm going, I know what's in it and I can just lay them out. But what's nice is because there's mesh on the top, when you put them in the suitcase, it compresses all the air out of it and flattens them that way. Because I have the Eagle ones, and it's hard sometimes, unless you have like underwear or something super squishy, to make them compress. So I find that having the clear ones, they squish down because there's the mesh on top. And I like the visual of, I never unpack. I just lay those out on like the desk, and I know what's in it, in and out every day. So
What brand is that? Because I have a trouble not being able to know what's in the packing cubes once
Away. I really like packing cubes by Away, and AWAY, and I like their luggage because their luggage also has a compression thing in the suitcase that compresses everything.
Cool.
You can find packing cubes a lot of places. I saw some at IKEA a few years ago. It was 4 cubes for $7.99.
Oh, great.
So keep your eyes open and don't feel like, you have to go with Eagle Creek. I mainly have the Eagle Creek bags because they were the first. And also I had a friend that didn't know what to get me for Christmas. So every year she'd get me another Eagle Creek bag until I had quite a few. Now, we're going to talk about toiletries bags. Okay, this is one of the toiletries bags that I use. And I like this one because I put my morning stuff here in this compartment here. The middle compartment I use for my shower stuff. And the end compartment is for my night stuff. Now, this zipper right here is an expandable thing, so you can make it bigger. For the most part, I've never really had to, but I like it because it's flat. Even full, it's pretty flat, and I quite like that.
Who makes that one?
That's Travelon, I believe.
Travelon?
No, I'm sorry, it's eBags.
eBags.
It's eBags brand. eBags is another good place to look online for suitcases and stuff. They carry not only their own brand, but they carry other brands as well, and occasionally they have a good sale.
Because I would have to say that cosmetics and toiletries is what's heaviest and takes up the most room.
Yes.
Generally. Even if you're taking
It is.
travel sizes, they tend to, take up a lot of room and be heavy.
Agreed.
Do.
Agreed.
So this is what I did last time. Instead of taking my toiletries bag, I went through my bag because I have drawers filled with bags and stuff. And I went through my bags, and this is an old Clinique bag. And I put, this one says face and body. And whoops. So I have I use these when I travel. I don't use them when I'm home. They're just the face cleaner things. I always have a little thing of baby powder and Q-tips, small deodorant,
Yeah.
toner, and a small thing of like face cream. So I did that for this, and then oops, for bathing, I took this bag, wrote bath on it, and because I color my hair with it's like conditioner color, so it comes off, and I don't want to leave it, you know, at the on people's towels when I'm traveling. So this is a real small towel. I got it at Daiso, the basically the Japan 99-cent store, which is where I also got this. It's my little scrubby, and it dries really fast, unlike a full-on scrubber. I have a small.
Who's the scrubby by? I like that scrubby.
That's from Daiso.
DYS.
DAISO. I don't know if they have an online presence. They're a Japanese store. I once tried making my own scrubber, and that was that's interesting. Here is my little razor. And in the thing with my razor, I put, you know, those little packs of, what are they called? Silica gel. I put that there to keep the razor from, you know, getting too damp and going all weird. And when I travel, actually now, even when I'm home, I use a shampoo bar instead of liquid shampoo. So, oh yes, and I also use bar soap. So I get little bitty bars. Oh, it smells so good. And that's what I use, like sample bars. If you have a big bar that you want to use, just cut it up. Not a problem. I think I got this container maybe on Amazon.
Another question.
Yes.
Well, it's appropriate for me. Pueblo Anglés, do they give you soap for your room and shampoo? Because it's not a hotel. They do.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Unless they've changed since last August, yes. For the person who said that it keeps changing, try putting, let's see, you can put speaker view. I don't know if that's going to help. I don't know what immersive is. This is view at the top right of your screen. So I hope that'll help. Okay, now that's face and body. Okay, for toothpaste and tooth stuff, I use toothpaste tabs rather than toothpaste. And then I got this wonderful, this is, what's it called? Radius toothbrush. And so here's my toothbrush. And the lovely thing is about this is this comes off and can be replaced. So you're not replacing the whole toothbrush every time, you know, that you need to replace it. Another thing about toothpaste tabs, I'm sorry?
What was the name of your toothbrush?
Radius, Radius.
Okay, and where did you get it?
Oh gosh, I got it so long ago. I know you can get them on Amazon.
Okay.
And what you want is the folding kind, because they also make regular toothbrushes. Now here are my toothpaste tabs. This is what the container looks like. I put them in a littler container. And when I was traveling, when I was at Diverbo last year, and I forgot to bring breath mints because you're talking all the time. A lot of it's one-to-one with people, and you don't want to offend. I literally carried my toothpaste tabs with me, and in between one-to-ones, I'd go into the bathroom, chew up a toothpaste tab, rinse my mouth out, and away I'd go. Not ideal.
Sheila.
Yes.
Lush also carries mouthwash tabs in addition to the toothpaste tabs. So if you want to try, the mouthwash tabs, they have them there.
Well, I normally would have had breath mints, but you know, when you get there, you're a long way from anywhere. And I was like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? And then I just went, oh, I'll use those. So in a pinch, these work. Now, this is my makeup bag. I have had this for probably close to 20 years. I know I had it in 2005 when I lived in Ireland. And it's got 2 zipper compartments. So you've got that. And then a little compartment on each side. And you can see I've labeled them because I forget. Now, when I'm doing makeup, when I'm traveling, I don't want to wear a lot, but I found this is by Wet n Wild. I believe Elf also makes them. It's just a stick. So sometimes I use that. Now, I don't carry both of these. I carry one or the other. This is by Bath and Body Works. No, Body Shop. And this is just a powder foundation. So there's the little thing and that. And here's my little, you know, smoother. Oh, now this, I got this years ago at Sephora, and I love it because it's a nice, you know, a nice thing to put on your blusher or your powder. And then you put it up like that, put the lid on it, and there you go. And so you can find these other places too. It's not, this one came from Sephora, but they come from other places. And of course I have to have a magnifying mirror, otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. Let's see, I think that's everything. Okay, and on this side, I use hairspray, little bitty bottle, fill it up, folding brush. And then for scent, I got this at Lush and I love it. It's like cream scent. And I like that because of course you don't have to put it in the 311 bag. And you know, it works. And I only use this when I travel. So every time I smell it, I think I'm traveling. So it makes me happy. And a nail file. So, okay, that's that.
Can I just ask a question about toiletries before we move on?
Sure.
I always have a problem finding small sizes, and I'm wondering if you or the group would recommend, you know, buying the small plastic bottles and, you know, putting whatever you use into these small plastic bottles and jars. Is that the way people travel, or do you look
That's what
for
I do.
travel size?
I do too. That's what I do. And
I do
okay,
too.
That's what I do too.
yeah, where's my toner bottle? It's in
Say
here.
that I found these, they lie flat and they have a top that comes off. I can go and grab it, but it's 3 ounces. But what I like is because the bottles are bulky and these, they're kind of like this big. They're 3 ounces. They're very thick. The top unscrews, so it's easy to take my shampoo and put it in. And they lie flat. So they're flat and they're soft plastic. So they are not bulky. I can run and grab one and show it. And then it has a little squishy top. And then like, it just makes, because like you were saying, the toiletry bag is huge. So, and then like somebody was saying, and I just bring something small and then I start stealing from wherever I'm at. If I like the scent, I start refilling it.
So
I
what you have is plastic then?
I'll go grab and show you.
Okay.
Excellent.
I learned a trick about the liquid toner. If you have that and that's what you use, you take cotton balls, you put your toner on it, you put it in a plastic bag and stick it in your bag. You don't have to travel with the bottle anymore.
Oh, that's a very good idea. This is my toner. And I got this bottle in the travel section. I can't remember what it had in it when I bought it, but literally I bought this. I used whatever was in it, but I bought it for the bottle because I wanted something about this size.
So I'll just show this. See, it's super flat. You can see it's very, very flat.
Yeah.
Got it on Amazon. It's very, very durable. And yes, to be sustainable, I use it over and over. And then it has labels. So I label it. It comes with labels. And then the top comes off. So it's easy to fill. And it just, like you were saying, Sheila, it just stacks like this, very flat in my toiletry bag, and it's not bulky because bottles take up a lot of room. Where this, I put one this way, one this way, one this way, and they really hold a lot. I mean,
That's a
I
great
traveled for
idea.
What would
6
you put
weeks.
in that, Marcy?
I like that.
This one is conditioner. This one I got at Beachly. I just get all wherever I see them. This one is lotion.
Okay.
So,
Mm,
you
okay.
know, I just like, and they're so tiny when they stack. I mean, look at this in the palm of my hand. It's like it takes up no room and it's filled 3 ounces.
The
So,
nice thing
and I
about
always
that
put
too
in a
is it
plastic bag in
collapses.
case it
Mhm.
leaks because things expand on the plane.
Mhm.
And I
Oh, yeah.
did forget to close my Ziploc bag and had a bag full of conditioner, but that's okay. I just washed it.
It happens.
So I keep it in a Ziploc bag as a backup.
Who
Oh, yeah,
makes those,
Ziploc
who
bags
makes those
rock.
snack pouches? They almost look like snack pouches.
This one is on, the one from Amazon, just put in flat 3 ounce. This one's called KIT.SCH. The other one's by a company called Beachly. But they're 3 ounce, they're flat travel.
Marcy,
I got them on Amazon.
Marcy, I have a question. Can you clean them? Can you put them in the dishwasher and sanitize them after a couple uses?
I don't know because I just refill them constantly with the same stuff. I travel about 11, 12 weeks out of the year. Just because of work, I can't travel more, but so that's why it's labeled. And I use the same I just keep filling it over and over. But you know, I mean, you can wash it in the sink with hot water and that will, and some soap, and that'll totally sterilize it like you do a water bottle. I would think no, because it might melt.
Oh, one of the
Yeah.
things I use the goo tube, human gear goob tube. I can't pronounce it, but they're silicone.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
they're
silicone.
silicone and they have a wide top to fill it up with and to wash it.
I don't like the feel of the silicone, but that's me. Now, what we're going to talk about right now is I'm going to talk quickly about when you're traveling and you don't have a lot of clothes, you have to do laundry. So, and someone did say something about the TSA pre-check. Yes, it does not work when you're going into another country or leaving another country. Yeah, that's a sad thing. Okay, so this is my laundry bag. See, it says, it's coming off, but it says laundry. And it's a plastic in the inside. I don't even remember where I got the bag. But this is what I keep in my laundry bag so that it's easy to do laundry on the road. Okay, here we go. So, okay, first off, this actually came with a, this is my dirty laundry bag. This came with a suitcase I got, and it's plastic on the inside. So you want something, if you're going to put dirty laundry in it, you want something that, you know, that is not going to leak through to anything else in your bag. You want it to enclose things. Now, for doing laundry, what I do is I take a spice bottle. I prefer to get the kind that has a little shaker top attached, and I put cheap laundry soap in it. I got this at, it's Tide, but I got it at the 99-cent store, and I just refill it. I do that because I don't want to have to deal with liquids. You can also use, if you're at a hotel that has shampoo, you can use shampoo or body wash. I've done that too. But if you want to just have this as a backup, this is a good way because you just sprinkle a little in in case there is no plug, which happens sometimes in hotel sinks. You can take a silicone mat, but this works much better to me. This works perfectly well. This is one of those jar grippers. I can't read what it says now, but I got it, you know, as a freebie giveaway, you know, from somebody. And it works great because it just kind of keeps the water from going out. And then I have these wonderful
Folding hanger.
hanging suitcases, hanging
Hangers.
hangers. And the thing I didn't realize for the longest time is if you've got like spaghetti strap something, you put the strap in here, do that, and it holds it and keeps it from sliding off the end of the hanger. I had them for years. Now I got these at the pound store in Britain, but you can also get them on Amazon. I travel with a Tide stick, and I always seem to get something greasy on my clothes. So this is a little bottle I had, and I put Goo Gone in it. So if I've got like a greasy spot, I'll put a little bit of this on and then wash it with the soap, takes the grease out. To hang things up for things is I've got this really nice bungee cord, kind of a clothesline, and it's twisted. And what you do is you open up and you put, like if I'm doing underwear, I just put it through there and it holds the underwear and it dries. So yeah,
Those are the best.
Oh, I
Those
love
things,
this.
they're the
I've had
best.
this one for years.
I have ones
they
with
really-
suction cups too, because you just suction it on something.
Yes, you can get them with suction cups. You can get them with the hooks and the bungee cords. Suction cups are a great idea too. And then I like to travel with cottony kind of clothes, but I'm not very fond of wrinkles. And I don't iron at home. I'm not going to iron when I'm traveling. But what I found is I just bring a little spray bottle, empty, have it in my bag, get there night before, put some water in it, spray my clothes, run my hands over it, let them dry overnight. Good enough for me. You know, no, it doesn't look like I ironed it, but again, I don't do that at home, so I don't worry about it. Now let's see if I can get rid of this, move this over here. And oh, another thing I want to just mention kind of randomly are Ziploc bags. I travel with a selection of sizes. They come in handy for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I am not a big fan of, oh, where did the bag go? Huh. Well, okay, I did have one of those, you know, the vacuum bags that you roll up and the air goes out. The problem with those is as soon as that seal part gets wobbly, and it will if you do it over and over, you now have a big expensive baggie. You're better off with a regular baggie that you paid pennies for, that's reusable, that you can roll it up. It's not going to be, you know, it's not going to suction out the way one of the vacuum bags are, but I'm not going to travel with really bulky stuff anyway. So that's my idea on what I do.
The only thing I use the vacuum bag for is my pillow, because I really, my neck does so much better when I travel with my pillow. And so I put it in one of those vacuum bags, and then I can travel with my pillow, you know, that you manually crank up.
Right. I have a small pillow, which I can see, but there's no way I can get to it right now. I have a small down pillow. It's about this big. And that's the pillow I travel with. At home, I have a bigger down pillow, but I travel with that smaller one because, you know, I mean, sometimes the pillows in hotels are not that comfortable. So the next thing we're going to talk about is electronics. And, you know, these days, electronics, it used to be you had one adapter, you were good to go. Now this is one of my electronics bags. If things are really tough, this is my other electronics bag. And what I've done, I do have an adapter, which honest to goodness, I looked all over for it this morning. I have no idea what happened to it. It's here. But I just bought it. It is one of those adapters that you can use any kind of plug-in. So it changes plug. It's a universal adapter, It's quite light, it's bright blue. And the thing I like about it is it's also got 4 USB ports. And it's got a place where you can plug any sort of a plug into it so that I used to have to carry a separate adapter for my computer because the computer, I can't charge it with a USB. So this way I can just carry that and I can plug it in.
Could you show
Now,
us that? Could you hold that
I
up?
could if I could have found it.
Oh.
I looked for it. If you remind me when I send out the information, I'll find, even if I can't find it here, I'll find it on Amazon and I'll show it to you.
Yeah, you could post the
I'll
link.
send you the link. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Another thing I found is even in nice hotels, they don't always have any kind of a plug near the bed. So I bought this guy. It's got 4 USBs, 2 multi plug things, and it unravels. So it's not very heavy. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but if I have to, I'm covered. And I like that. I always try to get bright colors whenever I can because black and white just disappears, especially black. What I have done with my plugs, and this is one of my very favorite hacks, is I take nail polish. Okay, so this is for my Fitbit. It's got a proprietary thing because we wouldn't want to make things simple. So and that one has blue nail polish. This is my USB-C, and I put white on it. It's got the red is how it came. And I love this one in particular because it's flat. So rather than the plug coming out here, it lays flat against the wall or against my phone. And that one's white. And then for my mini USB, I use pink. I don't know if you can see pink. And this is all done with, here's my universal adapter. This isn't the good one. This one doesn't have the USB thing, but it is a universal adapter. You can have it as, this is a European, that's the UK. I like the other one better because it has both, but you know what? This is okay. Here's my colored nail polish. I don't buy good nail polish. I buy like $2 Wet n Wild bright colors. I put them, if I'm going to use just this kind of a plug with one, I put dots on it so I can find it. Another one I had that I used for a long time is like this. It's got 4 USBs. And this part, okay, like right now it's set up for Europe, but this comes off and it came with all the different adapters that you would need. And that was really nice and helpful. Okay, let's see. First aid kit. One other thing. This is my new battery pack. I absolutely am in love with this battery pack because it will charge my phone at least one time for sure, and kind of 1.5 times, but it's very light, it's very bright. And one of the things I love about it, I can find it here, is it's got the plugs attached. So this is a USB-C, and this side is an Apple Lightning plug, which I don't have Apple, but a friend of mine needed that, and it was helpful to have that for her. This is my old battery pack, much heavier, although it's wonderful. This is an Anchor. What is this one? This one is, I'm not going to say, I got it on Amazon. TG90 is what it
Who makes
says.
the one that with the first one that you showed with the attached cords?
Okay, I'm looking, it says TG90.
The first one that you looked at that showed us? Yeah.
Yes, this one. I got it on Amazon, and if someone will remind me, because I'll look through the the stuff later, and I will put up the link for that as well. Okay, here is
Set up
my
an
handy.
Amazon thing.
I'm
You need
sorry.
to do an Amazon thing so you get credit.
I know, right?
Let's get you paid for this.
It's on my list of things I need to do. Okay, but I don't have it yet. So this is my first aid kit. You can see it says first aid. This actually was something that came with one of my suitcases years ago. Now, a first aid kit's really important to have, but you don't need to take everything that everybody else needs. You just need the stuff that you need. This is what I keep in mind. I have a thing of cold pills because I caught a cold last year when I was traveling, which really sucked. I have triple antibiotic ointment. I have little, these are like for eye drops in case it's very dry. This is my eyeglasses prescription and my regular prescriptions. Always a good idea to travel with your prescriptions printed out. I've never had to, well, I have had to use the eyeglass prescription once when my purse got nicked. But this is, it's really helpful to have this along. Even if you don't need it, it takes up almost no space. And if you get asked, because some places they're very picky about the drugs you bring in, particularly Japan, you've got proof. So always, it's a good idea. I travel with some BioFreeze because I have a wonky back. And one of the things I love are, let's see if I can get this out here. This is my little container with my Band-Aids. And these are Band-Aid brand, but I use whatever brand I can find. These are blister patches. Now, I have had a thing where I was wearing a pair of shoes I'd had for years, never had a problem with them, ended up with blisters on both the top and the bottom of my toes. It happens. It's weird, but it happens. So it's just good to have something like that along. I get migraines. This is called White Flower Balm. It's like a menthol oil. I get it in Chinatown. And I always travel with it. I travel with Pepto-Bismol tabs, tweezers, and a great big nail clippers. These are my prescription drugs. Makes it sound like drugs, but these are my pills. And these, because I had open heart surgery almost 4 years ago, if I had any kind of a infection or anything, I would have to take antibiotics. So I travel with those. And so that way I have everything that I need. And you may have other things that you need. It's just important to have your own stuff. Mostly you're going to travel places where you can go to the drugstore and pick things up. They're not always as inexpensive as they are here. So it's good to have a few things. And if you're out walking around and you get a blister, you're prepared. Okay, so let me look at my list here because I know I've got a few more things. Oh, okay, purses. Oh, wait, I was going to show you my miscellaneous, whoops, hold on here. Miscellaneous jars and bags. Move that out of the way. I really need a bigger room, ladies.
While you're doing that, I just want to share something that I solved for myself that I'm so happy about. I used to always leave something in some hotel room eventually. My toothbrush, my shampoo, my charger for my phone, something. And so now I have a bag for each of those things that I put them in the bag, and then I put the bag by my suitcase. And so I can't leave until I put them back in the bag.
Oh,
And I haven't,
yeah, that's
knock on
smart.
wood, I haven't lost anything since. So I just wanted to share that.
That's brilliant. I usually, if I take things out of my bags, I do the same thing. I put the, like, say I take thing out of, oops, come on, out of this bag to put in the bathroom. Then I put this bag on top of my suitcase. So that's brilliant. It's always helpful if you've got ways to prevent you from forgetting things. Now I want to show you. Okay, these are just some bags and some containers that I have found. This is, I think this is the Talenti ice cream. I'm not sure if this is that one or not, but my roommate eats a lot of Talenti ice cream. So things like that. I've got bottles. Basically, what I do is I just keep them all in a bag, and different times, I'm not in a bag, but in a drawer, different times, different trips, I need different things. And it's helpful to have options. And these are all things that cost me almost nothing. Something new I found on I used on my last trip. This thing is freaking brilliant. Basically, it attaches, whoops, wrong way. It attaches onto your purse, hangs off like that. I was there in the summer, it was hot, and this gave me the option, oops, come on, of having my hat attached to my bag. And it was really inexpensive. I got it on Amazon. And this is my little bag that I use when I'm traveling. I like it because it's a crossbody. And it's literally like wearing, it's not like having a purse. It's more like just wearing something. You can put a surprising amount of stuff in it. I've got my little notebook. I've got a little pen. And
going back to that device that you have hanging on there that you attach like your hat to, what is that called?
Maybe a hat hanger? I can look at, if you remind me, I will look it up. And like I said, I got it on Amazon. I think it was $3.95 or $4.95, and I got 3 of them. So
can you show us what it looks like again, the hat holder?
Sure. Hold on here. Come on. There. Oops. Okay.
If you look on Amazon, they're called hat clips on Amazon.
Hat clips. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So this is what it is. And it has just an easy thing like that. I turned it around when I put it on so it wouldn't unhook. And then it's got just a little clip that goes onto your hat. Speaking of hats, this hat I had for ages. And last time I was traveling, I thought, well, you know, it's going to be hot and it goes flat. I'll just pop it in and take it. It's a rain hat. It's not necessarily the greatest fashion statement, but you know what? When it's hot, when it's raining, I'm okay with that. So let's see, purses. So I showed you. Yes.
What kind of hat is that?
Moon Shadow.
Thank you.
Is the brand. And I don't even remember where I got it now. I don't know if any of you watch Vera, but I call it my purple Vera hat. I think it's a little more stylish, but here we go. So I just got this purse. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but look how nice and flat it is. Yeah. And it's kind of curved. So when you put it over, it hangs like, well, here, I'll show you. I don't know if I can do this. You can see it hangs right like that, and you can make it hang a little higher so that you can have it underneath if you're wearing a jacket, you can wear it underneath your jacket. Now you can't put a ton of stuff in it, but you can put the stuff you need, you know, the basics. Now, when I do a tour, I need more room. So this is my big travel on bag. I love it. It is very good. It clips. So when you do this, you can clip it close. These little, let's see if you can see it. Oh, I don't know if you can.
Is that a backpack or a over the shoulder or?
This is a crossbody
Crossbody.
bag. You can put an awful lot of stuff in it. The thing I like about it is, okay, here's my, in the back. Here is where I keep all of my tickets and stuff like that. But because I'm doing a tour, I have, you know, women with me. And I have to have just the day's stuff. So I keep all my tickets, all my passes, my itinerary in this back part. I do it, well, and it's blue inside, so that's nice. And it does, it clips closed, and I can't show you how it does it because you wouldn't be able to see it, but it does clip so that you can, nobody is going to be able to just come up, unzip your bag and pull stuff out. So, and that's by Travel On. And I really have a problem with travel purses. I have about 5 of them. So, you know, what can I say? Here are a few other things, just random. And then I'll take any questions that you may have. I know we're kind of up to the end of the thing. This is my jewelry bag. It does this. It's wonderful. It's got little, if you can see, little places where you can put your earrings. I tend to wear big earrings. So, you know, I've heard things about you get the little things where you can put your pills in and you put your earrings in. These are not going to go in that. And I love my big earrings. So that's kind of what I'm going to do with that. I also wear a lot of silver. So I bought some silver polishing cloths and I cut it so that I've got a little piece of it in a plastic bag and I can polish my silver bag, my silver earrings. Sometimes I take this instead. I put my earrings into little baggies, which kind of helps them not tarnish as much. Let's see. What's that? Whoops. On the days when I'm feeling like I need to exercise, this is my thing with my resistance bands. Unfortunately, I'm better at putting the resistance bands in here than I am with actually using them. Oh, and this is a scrubby. This is back to showering. This was made by a friend's mother. It's nylon. It dries almost immediately. It's very exfoliating. And if anyone is interested, let me know and I will get in touch with her and see if I can give out her information. I'm sure she sells these things, so that would be great. And she's a lovely, lovely human being. Now, oh, for when it's cold, this is my jacket. This is a puffer jacket. This is what I'll be taking to Japan. I love it. It goes into this lovely little thing. It doesn't take up a lot of room. And a puffer jacket is really, really good for that. Let's see. This I haven't used yet. This is my newest cool gadget, but I haven't, because I haven't traveled yet, I haven't used it. It is a Bluetooth, what do you call it? It's like a, put it on like this.
Oh.
It's like a headphone, except the headphones are in here. So you can sleep with it. So stay tuned. I'll let you know how it goes.
I actually have one of those.
Yeah.
I have
do
one
you?
of Sheila, and I really like it. And if you wear, you can also, the one I have, I can put it on like this, and it can also be an eye mask.
Oh, okay, I could probably do that with this one too. That's good to know.
I discovered that when I was in a room that didn't have any blackout curtains or really any curtains at all, just some mini blinds.
Ah, well, that's good to know. I have, oh, I don't see them now, but I have noise canceling oh wait, here they are. I have noise canceling headphones that my sons got me because I was on a flight and I was over the wing and I was trying to watch a movie and the engine was so loud that I couldn't hear anything and I couldn't figure out how to turn on the captions. So I'm sure there must have been a way. I wasn't able to figure it out. I finally ended up watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure because I knew all the lines. But, so my son's got me this. This is a noise canceling, the actual headphones. And then I bought myself this to put them in, but it's so bulky. I don't want to tell the boys, but it's, it takes up a lot of space. Okay, this is another thing I really love. This is one of those bags that becomes a duffel. When you're traveling, particularly when you're coming back, and you may find that you've got more stuff than you left with, and suddenly everything won't fit. It's really helpful to have a bag like this. It doesn't take up much room. You just shove it in, in a corner of your bag, and voila, you've got a place to put your extra stuff. And then you check your bag coming back. And I think, my last tip, and I am very proud of this tip. You are only supposed to have your one your carry-on and your personal item. And sometimes we have a little more than that. And it's a little hard to get it in. If you buy something in the airport, now I actually paid a little extra, but I think it was only just a few pounds extra to buy this great big massive bag. They won't check what's in it. I mean, this is after you've gone through security. So, but I've put, like my computer in it. I've put all kinds of stuff. And it can be from any airport place. Just, you can go in with multiple bags after you go through security. So that's a place to give where you can put extra stuff if you've got more stuff than you left with. So, okay, I can answer any questions. I know it's after we've gone over an hour.
What do you do as far as a theme for clothes in order to minimize the amount of clothes that you take?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Now, I know some people say, wear black. That's great if that's what you wear or you're a goth. But for me, I wear a lot of colors. But what I do, let's see if I can reach this without knocking the entire room sideways.
My friend Sheila, the goth. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
She's doing
do
better.
a theme.
She's doing
Oops. I do a theme. This is what I'm probably going to wear. I shoved these in this morning, so they're not terribly well folded. But this is my theme for my next trip. It's going to be spring. I wanted to have more spring colors. So I've got these, and I do have a black because black is nice to be able to wear. Particularly if you're going somewhere and you want to dress up a little bit. Let's see, I wanted to show you this. Okay. When you want to dress up and you don't want to have a lot of stuff, things like this, they go down to almost nothing. And it really, dresses up an outfit. It's just a little floaty thing you wear over your t-shirt. And another thing about clothing, you don't have to buy travel clothes new. I got this at a charity shop or a thrift store. And it's quite nice. It does not, you can't wrinkle this thing. This isn't cotton. You can't wrinkle this if you try. You probably couldn't iron wrinkles into it. And I think I paid $4. This, which is one of those lovely UV shirts, I got this at Goodwill for $8. Now, of course, you can't count on that, but look at what you've got at home and look at, keep your eyes open when you're shopping at Marshall's or TJ Maxx or whatever. It's amazing what you can find sometimes. My puffer jacket, I got it at TJ Maxx for like $60.
So do you
And-
bring like 2 pair of pants, 2 dresses, 5, I mean, I end up just bringing too many things, I think, and I keep narrowing it down, but.
I am going to bring probably, especially since it's going to be kind of chilly in Japan on this trip, I'm going to bring like 5 t-shirts and maybe 1 or 2 long sleeve shirts. I'll bring a pair of jeans. Now, real jeans are heavy and bulky. I get the thinner, stretchy kind. So I'll bring 1 pair of that and a pair of black, slide-on pants, and that'll do it for my pants. And then I've got the different tops, and I have the scarves. So the scarves I pick out. I have. I don't know if you can see behind me. That's about 4 deep. I do have a scarf problem. So I go through and I pick, 4 or 5 scarves that I take with me, and that gives me options. And it makes the same shirt look completely different. Any other questions?
Shoes.
I'm sorry?
About shoes.
Shoes. Yes. Okay. Shoes. You're right. I definitely wear comfortable shoes. If your feet aren't happy, the rest of you is not going to be happy either. Now I usually bring 2 pairs because it really is helpful to switch shoes. I have a pair of sneakers. I'm going to have to purchase a pair because I want to get some slide-on sneakers to wear when I go to Japan, because you have to take your shoes off a lot more often than you would anywhere else. And then I bought this pair of, they're called foamies. They are from Skechers. Hold on, and I'll get them. Hold on, because they are brilliant. Now, they are awfully light. They weigh nothing. They are bulky. So I wear them on the plane with a pair of compression socks. Don't judge. But it's like walking on a pillow. I mean, they're great. When I'm there, I usually don't wear them socks because that's not really much of a fashion statement. But I have sneakers and that usually does me. I have a pair of like cloth Mary Janes that I have taken in the past, or if it's summer, I can take a pair of sandals. But I don't want to take a lot of shoes. Another thing you can do is when you do have shoes, and if you're in a hotel and they've got those little plastic shower caps, grab some, because they're great for sticking on if you've gone somewhere and your shoes get muddy or whatever, stick them in, 1 on each shoe, and it'll keep crud from getting all over your suitcase. Anything else?
I have one question about laundry.
Yes.
Have you ever gone to, or do you find going to major cities, and let's say you have, a lot of laundry to do, are there facilities where you can take your laundry, or do you just have to rely on the hotel to do your laundry?
Oh, no, I mean, you can go to a laundromat, and if you want a real local experience, that's going to give it to you. I once was traveling, the first time I went to Europe, I was visiting a woman who had lived with us. She was an exchange student, and she was in college, and I had a bunch of clothes to do. So we went down to the laundromat in her dorm. Now, I knew how to do laundry, but I couldn't read German. She could read German, but she didn't know how to do laundry because she would take it home. And between the 2 of us, we managed to get the clothes clean. It was quite an experience. But that is, and you can, some places, check with the hotel. If you want them to do your laundry, be sure to check on the price before you commit.
Yeah.
Some places are very reasonable. Other places, not so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Great presentation.
thank you so much, ladies. Let me just pop this up. Hold on here. Let's see from beginning. Here we go. There's the book. Here's the information for if you want personal help with with your packing. There's the Joy of British Gardens. You can sign up for that on the meetup group. There's my contact information. Sorry to have to do this again. It's a Speed Data City. These are the pictures. I honestly did have people with me last year. And there's San Antonio. I'm not making this up. And Chicago. And there's my contact information again. Here is the Swiss chocolate cheese wine and spa tour information. We are going to have a chocolate tasting, a cheese tasting. We're going to spend a day at a spa. It's going to be amazing. Christmas time in London, December 2nd to 11th this year.
Where is that? Sorry, where is the chocolate tasting spa? Where is that?
In Switzerland.
Oh, it is in Switzerland. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tour of Switzerland.
Okay.
Sorry. Mainly we're going to be in Montreux and I can't remember the Lucerne, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't keep it all straight. But this is Japan. Last year I did some research in Austria. I'm telling you, that was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It was stunning. And I'm putting together a tour for next spring. Here's the Joy of British Gardens tour. And we will be going to gardens in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Alnwick Castle, York, and London. All different kinds of gardens. This is the information on using English to see the world, which I will do another presentation, but not probably until this summer on that. But all the information is in the book if you're interested. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I'll be happy to send and let me know that you would like the tips to make your English school experience even better. Just so you know, this is no teaching, it's just conversation. And there,